everyone, it's Jessie. So today I thought I would show you my progress on some of my crochet projects. The shimmer shawl I was working on and my sweater. If you've watched any of my previous videos on showing my crochet projects, I have finished the Granny Pop V-neck sweater. So if you want to check that out, I can link that video here for you. And before we get started, if you're curious to know about the shawl I have on right now, I used Red Heart It's a Wrap in the color Theater for this shawl, and I have a previous video talking about projects that I will link here if you want to check that out. So I did not start on any new projects other than washcloths for the American Starfish, and I'm making washcloths currently for my husband and I for our bathroom. But I was able to put a lot more work into the shimmer shawl and the sweater, the other sweater I've been working on. And so I'll show you this shimmer shawl progress. Here we are. I made it pretty big. I kept crocheting and crocheting until I realized maybe it's too big, but I'm trying to decide if I'm going to take a row or two out of it or just leave it how it is. Because I also am going to add some fringe to the bottom all the way around. So it's going to be some nice fringe, which I absolutely love. Here, let me try it on and take this shawl off first. And then you guys can let me know if you think it's too big. Okay, so it may be hard to see in the camera, but it's pretty big, but it's nice to be able to wrap up in. And it's pretty long. I'm really liking it so far. It feels nice and cozy. Yeah, so I don't know. I might actually just leave it at this length because it is so cozy. I like it nice and long. This is not a shawl that I would go out in public with. It's just a shawl that I think I would wrap up in on my couch while I'm crocheting or watching some Netflix or a show of some kind. This is how much I have left, so plenty to make fringe on it. Okay, so for the Plush and Blush sweater by MJ's Off the Hook Designs. And by the way, both these patterns are by Michelle over at MJ's Off the Hook Designs. So I'm going to have both patterns linked below if you want to check them out at all. So for the sweater, and this is how far I got. As you can see, these on the sides here are supposed to be for the sleeves. How it works is you start with the little ribbing on the bottom. You work your way up until you get, so like this part here, you make it as long as you want from underneath your armpit down to your waist or wherever you want it to end up. And so once you get it to the length that you want, you then start to crochet the sleeves. So you make however many chains that you need to get down to, so this would go about to here. And so however many chains you need to make the sleeve the length that you want it. You have to keep in mind that you're going to also make some ribbing on the wrist, and that's about 2 inches, but it'll go up over my hand some, but that's what I wanted. Again, I like my sleeves longer in case I get cold. I can cover up part of my hand with my sleeves. I just love that kind of thing. So once you do however many chains that you need for your arm, you go over to the other side and do the same thing there. And then you're crocheting all the way across, and you kind of go back and forth. And I think in the video, she said about 7 inches. So once I get the sleeve to about 7 inches, I will have to go back and see what I'm supposed to do next. And see if I should make mine a little bit wider or not. It depends. I don't know how big her sleeves are. And I don't know. I don't want them too big or too small. So I'll have to check into that. In case you haven't seen any of my previous videos on this sweater, I've been using Yarn Bee 44th Street in the color Ruby. I don't believe Hobby Lobby sells these anymore, but I've had these for quite a few years sitting around and finally found the right project for it. And I have 5 cakes of that. And so far, this has only been 1, and I'm almost at the end of the one. I have this much left. So then I'll be starting the next one. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have plenty to make the sweater with. I might still have some cakes left over, so maybe I'll have to make a little scarf or a cowl or something with that. So I quickly ran to get some of the washcloths I've been making for my husband and I, in case you were interested in seeing that. I've been using I Love This cotton yarn. And this one, well, it's 100% cotton, 4 medium weight, 180 yards, and the color is called Stonewash, and I love blue, so that's what I'm using. And I've been using a 5mm crochet hook or an H hook, and this is what I've been doing. This pattern, if you're interested at all, is a pattern by Ivy over at IvyBCreates. And I can link her down below too. I love this design of hers, and it really makes the washcloth just, well, the yarn of course is nice and soft, but also the pattern makes it nice and squishy and nice and soft. I don't know, I just absolutely love it. So I'm gonna make all the washcloths in this pattern. I just absolutely love it. If you've seen some of my other like Scrubby Sunday videos where I've made this pattern a lot, I talk about how much I love this cotton and how much I love that design. But I have 2 of them made up so far, and I am working on some more. Here is what it looks like before the border goes on. I actually have 4 washcloths to this point right now that need the borders on. So that's going to be my next step with the washcloths. To get those on, I have 4, 5, 6. I'll have 6 done, and I'm gonna make at least 4 more, so I'll have 10 washcloths here, and I'm pretty excited about that. So I'm curious to know what you guys have been working on. Please let me know in the comments. Are you making some fall items, or are you preparing for Christmas? I'm very curious to know. And that is all I have for today. I hope you guys are doing great, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. And I used Red Heart, It's a Wrap, and this is how much I have